there is something very funny that happens on my channel, and I've told you guys this in the past in a number of my videos. I said that whenever you guys want something and you don't see it on my channel, simply ask for it in the comments and somehow it just appears. So a perfect example, or a few examples, is when Dao Strong, before I actually had Dao Strong on my channel, you guys said, hey, what are your thoughts on Dao Strong knives? And they came up and they became a partner of my channel. And then a lot of you guys were asking about Kramer knives, and then all of a sudden Cutlery & More came on my channel and became a partner. And then you guys started asking for things like chopped glass stones and you know, all these diamond plates, and then Sharpening Supplies became a partner of my channel. And then all of you guys started asking for traditional Japanese knives. And so that's what this video is about today. There's a company in New York, in Brooklyn, New York, called Unagi Knife. And they reached out to me really just a couple of weeks ago and they said, hey, we are a company based in Brooklyn, New York, and we sell traditional Japanese knives. Would you like to get some samples to test on your channel? I said, let me think about it. Yes, of course. And so they sent me 4 knives, I believe 4 knives, and some accessories here. And so I'm really excited because this is going to really allow me to test traditional Japanese knives, and their company is great. I actually went to their website and they have brands like Sakai, Takayuki, they've got Masamoto, they've got all these other great traditional Japanese brands that I don't have access to with any of my other suppliers. So really exciting stuff. And this is really going to prompt me to learn how to make sushi, because I really want to learn obviously how to make sushi, but I really want to use, you know, the Japanese knives in their fullest capacity. Anyways, enough of the talk. Let me just open this box up, take a look, and then we will go from there. All right. I'm excited. Like really excited. Okay, here's one package. Here we go. Thank you to the Postal Service for such great boxes. Okay, so we got 2 packages. I think there are multiple things in both packages, so let's just see here. Okay, so we've got 4 knives. I am a huge fan of nice boxes, so nice work, Unagi Knife. Whoa! Ooh. And we have another one. Cool. Okay, so which one should I open first? I think these are chef knives, and I think these are the sushi knives. So let's open the chef knives first. I'll add them to the rope cut test at some point, but today it's just an unboxing and a preview for you guys to see what's happening on my channel soon. Ooh. Here we go. Okay. Very nice. Oh. That is beautiful. Beautiful. So if I have this correctly here, I believe this is their Chow Ao. Okay, so this is their Aogami Super Blue Steel. And I believe this knife here is heat treated to a 64 to a 65 from the Rockwell scale, if I remember the specs correctly on the website. And this is really nice. I mean, it's really well put together. And this handle here is so nicely done. Wow. Okay, so where do I start? So this here is using Blue Super steel as a core steel, sandwiched between 1 layer of stainless on both sides. So the cladding is stainless steel. Now to me, having a cladding of 1 layer of stainless steel is like really nice, because you don't get distracted by, let's say, the Damascus finish, which may have 30 layers, 60 layers, or 90 layers, sometimes as high as 90 layers. Having a knife that is just pure and simple, to me, is very attractive. This is a perfect example of that. I mean, this is sharp. I mean, this knife feels amazing. I want to do a cut test just to see. Whew, that is sharp. Yeah, that is about the sharpest knife I've had here out of the box in the studio. Very impressive. And so, as you guys know, with Blue Super, this is going to form a patina on the cutting edge, and it will form a rust if you guys don't take care of it. So if you guys buy a Blue Super steel or any sort of high carbon steel, make sure you guys apply a bit of mineral oil on it after you guys use it and to store it, or just make sure that you guys dry your knife off really well after you use it. But this thing here is incredibly beautiful. Beautiful profile, really nice straight Giotto profile. The octagonal handle is very nice. I mean, it is so well done. And there is no step between the ferrule and the handle. I'm perfectly done. The spine, really well polished. The choil, Really nice polish on the choil as well. So everything in this knife, the fit and finish of this knife is perfect. And yeah, I mean, this this is really nice. I am really excited to have this knife here, and I just cannot wait to see what the other knives are like. You have beautiful kanji characters here, and this is actually these are actually hand engraved. You can actually feel it. Every single one of these letters or these strokes, you can definitely feel that there is a you know, somebody actually had to manually do every single one of these characters here. Very impressive. I mean, the left side and the right side. I mean, this is a handmade knife, no doubt about it. Everything about it shows handmade, and it definitely speaks quality for this knife. So beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, this is the Chow Sintan Wagyoto Blue Super Steel Core Steel with the stainless cladding, and heat treated from a 64 to a 65 on the Rockwell scale. Okay, so now here's the other one. Ooh. Ooh, look at this. Let's see, what size is this knife here? This is the 270. So this here is their Shiroko, or the white number 1 steel, and I believe it's called the Shiroko Shirokuzio Gyoto. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And this is very nice here. This is 270 millimeters, so a little bit longer than the 210, but it feels really nice in the hands. And the blade, I mean, that is a pretty intimidating looking blade. Very nice there. So, so again, I always look at things like fit and finish. So the spine is the first thing I look at because of hand sharpening. You definitely want a spine that is well polished and well rounded if you can. You also have the buffalo horn ferrule. And yeah, the polish in this knife is beautiful. I mean, it looks very clean. I mean, the work is, the craftsmanship of these knives are very well done. This particular line of knife has a heat treatment of 62 to 63 on the Rockwell scale, which is a very high number and definitely very respectable. Now, in terms of the construction, you're looking at a Hangatsumi, which is a much higher quality finish than you would find on a Kasumi lineup. So Kasumi, you have a lot of impurities that are still in the steel. So most knives made of Kasumi white number 1 or white number 2 steel are heat treated from a 60 to a 62 on the Rockwell scale. And because this is a Hangatsumi, you removed a lot of those impurities. It allows this knife to be heat treated to even a higher scale. So being a 62 to a 63 on the Rockwell scale. Very impressive. The polish on the choil is extremely well done, very nicely rounded, and it has a really nice shape to it. It's almost like almost a V shape from the left and the right side, but the center of that V is also very well polished, so not sharp at all. I mean, very nicely done there. The handle, again, perfectly matched handle. I mean, I really like ebony handles. I really love ebony because it gives the knives a really nice, dark and handsome look to it. Knives that are, you know, traditional Japanese knives that have like that cheap whole wood where it's a light tan wood, it just looks kind of cheap, and the wood's very porous and very light, and it just doesn't add a nice feel to the handle or to the knife itself. And so to have these knives be included with really high quality, the best quality ebony handle, to me is definitely worth the money. In terms of the kanji, this kanji on the left hand side here looks like it's stamped, but the ones on the right look like they're actually hand done. Okay, so this is a it's a yanagiba of some sort, a sushi knife of some sort. Ooh, we don't need that. Look at this. You only see the handle right now, but I can only imagine what it's gonna look like. Okay, this is serious business, okay? Like, serious. Why did Siri come on? I've turned Siri off. I don't like Siri. You're off. Disturb my videotaping. Okay, back to the knife. This is stunning. Like, really stunning. Now, this particular knife is called a Saki Maru and is made by a bladesmith in Sakai City named Kenichi Shiraki. Beautiful. I mean, this is like, I want to just do some poses with these swords. I mean, this is a sword. You guys have been asking me, where is my sword? You know, where is my katana? And when will you do a sharpening video on a katana? This is it. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. Wow. Oh. Okay, so this is using a VG10 core steel, and I don't know if this is using the entire blade as a VG10. Either way, it is stunning. I'm guessing the entire blade is actually VG10. But man, the polish in this thing is a mirror polish. First of all, fit and finish this is a 10 on a 10 scale, or maybe this is even an 11. I mean, a perfectly rounded spine and a perfectly mirror polish on the right side of the knife. The choil, perfect polish there. The handle, you have a really nice thin profile handle on the octagonal handle. Man, this is just so, this here is the 270mm Maru. There are two interesting facts about this knife, and this is something that I need to point out, was this knife here is sharpened by a mysterious sharpener. Okay, so there is a sharpener that goes by a nameless name. He doesn't give his name out to anybody, and I've heard of him through a number of different sources. And apparently this guy he's a master at sharpening knives. He is like the Stig of the knife world, and no one knows, people know his face, but no one knows his name, and he doesn't give his name out. And you have to be very connected and very well established for him to actually take you on as a client. So I'm gonna make it my goal to meet this guy at some point, and I don't know how that's gonna happen, but I am gonna make it happen. I have been invited to Japan by a number of companies to visit their, their knife making factories. And so when I go out there in a few months, I am gonna try to find this mysterious sharpener. So that's fact number one about this knife. Now the other interesting fact about this knife, and it has to do with the sharpener as well, what he does is he actually polishes this knife after the engraving is actually done. That way, what happens is the engraving is still there, really visible, but there is no lift or there's no lip on any of the engraving characters. So as an example, if you were to take your finger and run it on the side of this knife, you can feel all of the kind of the unevenness of the kanji characters, which is fine. No one ever complains about that. What this sharpener does is that he takes a finished knife that has been engraved on, and then he would take a wooden polishing stone or a wooden polishing wheel and polish this knife that way. If you guys watch Japanese sharpening videos or Japanese polishing videos, they have these big grinding wheels, and they look like Fred Flintstone's wheels, and they grind them on their knives and with a wooden jig. So instead of using a whetstone, a giant whetstone, he actually uses a wheel that is the shape of a whetstone, but it's made of wood, and so that gives these knives a super high polish. And so for him to be able to control the polish the way he does with a wooden wheel is pretty phenomenal. And coming from a knife sharpener, a hand knife sharpener, I really appreciate that sort of craftsmanship and that level of skill. Yeah, I'm really curious to see who this guy is, and I do want to meet him. I'm gonna make it my point to actually find out who he is. Maybe I'll do a sharpening video or something like that with him. If I have that sort of, if I ever get the honor to meet this guy, I'll do a video like covering his face or something. He can wear a mask. Or I can give him the Stig helmet, and we can do a sharpening video together. I don't even know if he actually speaks English or not. So yeah, so this is the Maru 270mm. It is stunning. This is a knife again by Akizawa. Now Akizawa is actually a house brand of Yanagi knife. So you guys won't find their knives anywhere on any other retail sites or on eBay or Amazon. Akizawa is sold exclusively on yanagiknife.com. Okay, which I will leave a link in the description to their website. You guys can definitely just check them out. Have fun there. They have a really nice selection of traditional Japanese knives, and they just have a really nice variety of knives as well. Okay, so this is the last knife that we have in this unboxing. Okay, are you ready? Oh, there's two of them here. Ooh. Ooh. This... Oh my goodness. Oh, this is unbelievable. I mean, to have two knives come like this. This is a Teruki sashimi knife, or Teruki Yanagiba. And it has a slightly more curved profile than a traditional Yanagiba. And I don't know what the difference is in terms of overall performance. I don't really care, because this is so stunning and so beautiful of a knife. Wow. So again, this is made of the VG10 core steel, or VG10 steel, and this is also sharpened by the Stig of the knife world. This is also handcrafted by Kenichi Shiraki, and oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. Oh, I mean, the spine, look at this thing. The spine of this knife is so perfect, so beautiful. The choil, perfectly polished. I mean, there is nothing I can say negative about these knives, and oh my goodness. The ebony handle, again, that fit and finish of this ebony handle is so spectacular. Yeah, I don't think you can actually get a knife that is fit and finished better than what I see here. It's hard for me to believe that you can get knives that are made even better than these knives here. You know, now the problem is, how do I, between these two knives here, which would you choose as a daily driver if you were to make sushi? Just look at this. This looks like more a traditional katana. It's got the angular tip here. This one here is just a nice swoop. Looks like a really nice sword, just a miniaturized sword. This is gonna sound kind of, I don't know, esoteric or just kind of too contrived. But there is something really special about holding a knife that is handcrafted by a craftsman, a bladesmith, that his skills were not just honed throughout his entire life, but passed down from generation to generation, from the very first Japanese samurai sword makers down to the current day, bladesmiths that make knives for our kitchens. And so it's really special to me to have a knife where it almost feels like it has a soul, right? A soul has been passed down from generation to generation. And not to say that there's anything bad with my Kramers or my Dalstrongs or my Shuns. They're great knives and perfect knives in every sense of the word. But it's something very special to hold, to be in the presence of a knife like this. I can really see and feel the endless hours, endless years, decades of a bladesmith honing his skills so that he can make one of these. Yeah, they're just very, very special. So I'm gonna put this down for a minute here. Take a look at the sayas that were included. Okay, so we have one. Oh, beautiful. So these are also made of ebony as well, and very high quality. They definitely feel very hard and very dense, but fairly light. They actually don't feel very heavy. Very high quality stuff, and I believe these are made for, these are actually made for these very knives here. Now these sayas are actually made for these knives. They actually are really nice. They actually have a really beautiful finish to them. The sayas here are ebony, and they are just really pretty. They look exactly the same in terms of their shading as the handles. And so you can see here that they actually are made. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Wait. They are magnetized. Oh, wow. Okay, I was actually just going to show you guys the profile of the saya relative to the knife. And lo and behold, the knife actually sticks to the saya. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. Wow. I must have missed the explanation when they told me this, but now for my best guesstimate is that the magnets are actually at the top of the saya, so that the spine of the knife, I'm calling these swords, so the spine actually will pull upwards and keep the blade, the cutting edge, from actually touching the bottom of the saya, so that your knife doesn't dull whenever you pull the saya on and off. That is brilliant. Check this out. That's so crazy. Look at that. That is really neat. Wow, okay. That is worth your money. I don't know how much these cost, but if you were to buy a knife of this quality, you definitely want a saya that is custom made for it. Not just in terms of the actual size, but the magnets make a huge amount of sense. And the polish on these sayas are beautiful. It's got a really nice, I would call this a semi-polish or a semi-glossy polish. Definitely not satin, but very nice. It actually has the same consistency or the same polish as the handle, which when you put them together, it looks like, this is custom made for this handle. Azukawa knives, these are a gem, and so thank you again to the folks over at Yanagi Knife. You guys have really made my day. These are beautiful, they are stunning. The fit and finish on these knives are second to none. I was never a big proponent on sayas because they are bulky, and the system that I have at home with the cork sheets. If you guys have never seen how I store my knives, I will leave a video linked here. You can see exactly how I store my knives in my personal kitchen. And having this system here with the magnetics, I mean, this makes total sense because then the saya is not falling off. And you also don't need a pin, because most sayas that don't have magnets will actually have a pin that will actually keep the choil blocked so that you can't accidentally pull the saya off. Oh my goodness. I don't know what else to say. I just want to say thank you to Yanagi Knife for sending these knives here. You have made my week, my month. These are really exciting. And so this is really going to inspire me, again, to cook more, to use Japanese traditional knives. And this is especially exciting for my subscribers who have been begging me to get traditional Japanese knives here. This is what we have. And they are going to be sending me some more knives in the very near future. So I will update you guys as they come in. Yeah, so a couple of words for you guys. Let me know how you guys want me to test these knives, how you want me to use them. And also, do I have any subscribers that live in Los Angeles or close to Los Angeles that are sushi chefs? If you are, hit me up in one of the comments or send me a private message. I want to talk to you. I want to have you in here and make some sushi with me. Thank you again for being here with me today. And thank you to all of my subscribers who have made this possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the folks over at Yanagi Knife for trusting me with your knives and your swords here. I look forward to getting some more stuff from you. You need to send me a few more of these knives because this is not enough. 4 is not enough. That's all I have to say. Alright guys, well thank you again for being with me today. I'll catch you in the next video. I think it's time to pose for a photo to use as my banner for my channel. What should it be? This pose here? This pose here? This is so cool. I mean, I feel really cool right now. Is this even legal? Look at these things. Can you imagine if I walked around the street? These are swords. They're not knives. They're swords.